Hello and welcome. So today I'm going to show you my step from beginning to end how to create a 2D image that becomes alive, and for that I'm going to be using Lexica. This is just a library with a lot of AI generated content. In my opinion, I think this picture is perfect. Just remember that the more human like, the better. You're gonna need sharp edges, you don't want all these soft edges, otherwise it's gonna be hard to remove the background. And then you're also gonna want the neutral expression, nothing that is too extravagant. You download the picture and then you jump right into Photopea. This is the cheap version of Photoshop basically, and you click and drag your avatar into Photopea. We're gonna click and drag the image, we drop it in Photopea, and what we're gonna be doing next is optional. Actually, I just want to add a background, so we're gonna create a green screen. For that, you're gonna go over to the top bar, click on select, and go over to remove background. Now, it doesn't always work to the 100%, so what we're gonna want to do is click on the magic wand, and this is gonna automatically select the contour of our hair. And then what we're gonna do is go over back to select on the top bar and click inverse. Now this is gonna select everything that isn't the hair. So what we're gonna do is, in order to delete this border, we need to have an understanding of what the removal is actually doing. If you take the eraser and your eraser, you're gonna see the original background. So what this means is the removal is a mask that we have to paint on. So let's go take the brush, and we're gonna be changing the color to black, because if you look on the layers, that is the color of the actual mask. And then we're just simply gonna paint over it, and you'll see the contour be removed precisely to the selection that we have made. Now, once that everything is done, the next step is adding a new layer. You find this button on the bottom right corner, and then you switch this new layer under your character. We take the brush, we change the color to green and paint the background. This will be our green screen. Then everything that is left is going over to File, Export as PNG. Now this is what is essentially important, DID. This tool helps us animate the actual character, so go over to the main page and start the free trial. You have 20 credits per account, but my little trick is going over Temp-Mail, creating a new email address, verifying my account, and voila, infinite video spawn basically. Now if you go back to the editor and import your image, on the top right corner you're gonna see this option called upload your own voice. I generally don't like to use a script because the AI voices are really fake. So I just jump into 11 Labs and search for a voice under the voice library. And then I insert some random text and let it cook. We take the MP3 file that I downloaded from 11 Labs and upload it to DID, and then hit on generate video. An extra step, you don't have to do it, but as mentioned, I want a background, and I want that background to be moving. So I jump into Layer Pics and I upload an image that I got from Lexica, and adjust it a little bit here and there, hit share, and then save it to my device as an MP4 file. Open the editor, the video editor that you want of your choice, and import the green screen and the background. Once that's out of the way, you're gonna want to add them into your timeline. What I'm doing next is going over to the effects, under video effects, keying, and clicking and dragging the ultra key onto my green screen. Under the effect controls, I can then change the key color to green, and voila. Now I also want to better the edges, so I soft them under the matte cleanup, and I adjust the colors, including hue, saturation, and luminance. On top of that, I add 2 more effects, which are found under blur and sharpen. I go and click and drag sharpen onto my video and reduce interlace flicker. This makes the video look much more smoother. you have something called vid.io for adding subtitles. You can use it if you want, but it leaves a watermark and 720p export, so I'd rather use Premiere Pro. And for that, I'm gonna go over to the text tab and click on transcribe. I leave everything as it is. I let them auto-generate. I fix any error that is found, and then I click on create caption. Here I adjust a couple things, hit create, and now you have subtitles. How do you edit them though? You just select all of them, and then under this little tab over here called Essential Graphics, you can edit them. So edit them until you are satisfied, and then jump right into the export. What you're gonna want to make sure is clicking on these two things and then hitting export. And voila!
Believe in yourself because you're like a shooting star. You may be small, but you can make your own wishes come true. You are loved.
If you have any questions or run into any issues, head over to the comment section. This is all for today. Thanks for tuning in and have a good day.